राम दा स्टेज से माइक निकालो।
पूरा प्रोग्राम फिनिश करना।
Let me know when to begin and I'll begin. morning, everybody gathered online. We're here this morning to pull together as the NMS family for our very last celebration for the year 2020. It is our Christmas assembly, and as the popular song goes, a ray of hope flickers in the sky, a tiny star lights the way up high. All across the land dawns a brand new morn. This comes to pass when a child is born. Good morning. I would request everyone to please stand for the UAE National Anthem.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. The bells on button they make our spirits bright. To ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Forward,
Thank you. You may be seated. It is now time to hand over to our wonderful Vice Principal, Mrs. Christine Di Nerona, to address our gathering before we begin with a special Christmas message.
Everyone, I'm sorry I wasn't able to hear Miss Rianne. So I'm not sure, am I being heard? Can I be heard? Am I audible? Can someone please let me know if I'm audible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you. So as we start on this Christmas celebration, and we got lots planned for today, I'd like to begin with a Christmas story which I just came across yesterday, and it's called Grandma and Santa Claus. I'll read the story because I think it carries a very relevant message. I remember my first Christmas adventure with Grandma. I was just a kid. I remember tearing across town on my bike to visit her on the day my big sister dropped the bomb. There is no Santa Claus, she jeered. Even dummies know that. My grandma was not the gushy kind, never had been. I fled to her that day because I knew she would be straight with me. I knew Grandma always told the truth, and I knew that the truth always went down a whole lot easier when swallowed with one of her world-famous cinnamon buns. I knew they were world famous because Grandma said so. It had to be true. Grandma was home and the buns were still warm. Between bites, I told her everything. She was ready for me. No Santa Claus? She snorted. Ridiculous. Don't believe it. That rumor has been going around for years. And it makes me mad. Plain mad. Now, put on your coat and let's go. Go? Go where, Grandma? I asked. I hadn't even finished my second world-famous cinnamon bun. Where turned out to be Kirby's General Store, the one store in town that had a little bit of just about everything. As we walked through its doors, Grandma handed me $10. That was a bundle in those days. Take this money, she said, and buy something for someone who needs it. I'll wait for you in the car. Then she turned and walked out with Kirby's. I was only 8 years old. I'd often gone shopping with my mother, but never had I shopped for anything all by myself. The store seemed big and crowded, full of people scrambling to finish their Christmas shopping. For a few moments, I just stood there, confused, clutching that $10 bill, wondering what to buy and who on earth to buy it for. I thought of everybody, my family, my friends, my neighbors, the kids at school. I was just about thought out when I suddenly thought of Bobby Decker. He was a kid with bad breath and messy hair. And he sat just behind me in Mrs. Pollock's grade 2 class. Bobby Decker didn't have a coat. I knew that because he never went out to recess during the winter. His mother always wrote a note telling the teacher that he had a cough. But all the kids knew that Bobby Decker didn't have a cough. He didn't have a good coat. I fingered the $10 bill with growing excitement. I would buy Bobby Decker a coat. I settled on a red corduroy one that had a hood to it. It looked real warm, and he would love that. Is this a present, a Christmas present for someone? The lady behind the counter asked kindly as I laid my $10 down. Yes, ma'am, I replied shyly. It's for Bobby. The nice lady smiled at me as I told her about how Bobby really needed a winter coat. I didn't get any change, but she put the coat in a bag, smiled again, and wished me a Merry Christmas. That evening, Grandma helped me to wrap the coat. And a little tag fell out of the coat, and Grandma tucked it away in Christmas paper and ribbons and wrote, "To Bobby from Santa Claus" on it. Grandma said that Santa always insisted on secrecy. Then she drove me over to Bobby Decker's house, explaining as we went that I was now and forever officially one of Santa's helpers. Grandma parked down the street from Bobby's house, and she and I crept noiselessly and hid in the bushes by his front walk. Then Grandma gave me a nudge. "All right, Santa Claus," she whispered, "get going." I took a deep breath, dashed for Bobby's front door, dropped the present down on his step, pounded his door, and flew back to the safety of the bushes and Grandma. Together, we waited breathlessly in the darkness for the front door to open. Finally it did, and there stood Bobby. 50 years have dimmed the thrill of those moments spent shivering beside my grandma in Bobby Decker's bushes. That night I realized that those awful rumors about Santa Claus were just what Grandma said they were: ridiculous. Santa was alive and well, and we are on his team. I still have that coat tag tucked inside. $19.95. That store clerk was one of Santa's helpers. Once again, good morning. Christmas is that time when we all become Santa's helpers, because the message of Christmas is a message of love, it's a message of hope, it's a message of forgiveness. That's what Christmas is all about. So when we put up Christmas trees and we wear Santa caps and we go Christmas shopping and we exchange Christmas presents and we share the Christmas stuffed turkey, that's not really what Christmas is about. Christmas is about what this story just told us. It's about joining Santa's team. It's about being that ray of hope when someone is in complete darkness and someone is really down, and we provide a ray of hope. Then we are sharing the message of Christmas. When someone has hurt me badly and I forgive that person and don't hold any resentment against that person, then I am sharing that message of Christmas. When I look out for others and reach out to others in love, then I am being part of Santa's team. So students, as we come to the end of this very tough year that all of us have gone through, as we come to the end, we have so much to be thankful, so much to be grateful for, and so much, because we have received so much is expected of us. We are expected to give even more. So let us, during this Christmas break of 3 weeks that you're going to be spending with your family, use this time to be a Santa for someone. A Santa means being a ray of hope, being a well of forgiveness, being sharing that font of love with people you meet. So without taking any more time, I'm looking forward to the wonderful celebrations put by all phases of the school. And it doesn't just end with this assembly. Today, whole day we have celebrations. We have the admin team who are going to be singing Christmas carols. For those of you who are in school, there's going to be a lot of singing and a lot of fun and excitement in the air. There's going to be the senior students who are going to come, grade 11 students who are going to come into your class and share the magic of Christmas with you. So here's to a wonderful day ahead and a very happy Christmas to each of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Christine, for that wonderful story. And I'm happy to see that all of our little Santa's happy helpers have arrived in the Zayed Hall. It's always wonderful to start any program with your inspirational words. And yes, the message of Christmas most definitely is love and hope. Our next performance will drive that home a little bit more clearly. We have the wonderful little students from kindergarten and primary who've collaborated to present a song, as well as wishes from the parents of the students in kindergarten and lower primary. So without anything else from my side, let's jump straight into the presentation from kindergarten and lower primary. Let's